Good afternoon, good morning, whatever you are. So you were invited to the Capacity for Dev onboarding webinar as a new member of Capacity for Dev. You were invited to this session. I apologize already for my voice. It's kind of sick throughout the weekend, recovering my voice today. Um, this session is being recorded as you see on the screen. So if you wouldn't like to be on the recording, do not open your camera and avoid speaking on the microphone. Otherwise, we'll be happy to listen to you and to have your questions by the end of the session on the QA session. I'm Ivan Pizeta. I'm the Capacity for Dev community manager. I joined the platform. I joined the team on June 2024. I'm happy to present this webinar every month, and a second session that we do for advanced users is called Space Managers Webinar. Today we are starting with this networking session. So I'll start, and then you can follow my lead. What I ask, this is an opportunity for you to present yourself, to connect with your peers. So if you like, please open your camera and raise your hands from the platform here. Um, or if you wouldn't like to be in the recording, just comment on the chat, a little presentation. You can leave your contact however you like. So me, I'm Ivan Pizeta. I'm the Capacity for Dev community manager. As I mentioned, I have Brazilian and Italian nationality. And what I expect from today's session is to enhance community engagement from and for users in the platform. So who would like to start? Who would like to present themselves? I see we have a presentation in the chat. Don't be shy. Just open your camera and you can go. And if not,
Yes. Hello.
hi. Sorry.
Hello. Yes.
Thomas.
Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I see you now. Yes, I can hear you well.
Okay. Right. I don't know if we are going to do the round of presentation, but I would like to take advantage that you open the microphone. My name is Tomás Donaire. I work for the European delegation in Nicaragua, and I joined the team 5 months ago. So I have been learning a lot of things during this time in the delegation. So this is a good opportunity for me also to learn more about the Capacity for Dev platform. Nice
For,
to say hi to you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Yes, this is a great opportunity. We'll start with the basics for you here today. Uh, but there are already several links here on the chat that Maria, our team support, has launched, so you can explore them a bit. Um, and since we are there, nice to know you from Nicaragua. So I would like to know where else are you right now? So we have a little overview of um, our public from today. So I'm
Where
gonna,
am I? Sorry.
yes, but I put a poll here on the screen so you can just answer. Thank you, Thomas. So I saw other, Michael, would you like to present yourself?
Yes. Okay, my
Go
name
ahead,
is
please.
Michael. I'm right now in Libreville in Gabon, Central Africa. And I've been, I joined the networking, the Capacity for Dev community in quite a few months ago. I really don't know what the purpose is. And today, maybe I will gain a lot of information regarding the the network, the capacity for development networking. And I've been in because after working 21 years in oil and gas and mining, I decided to open my own subsidiary, and I'm doing a carbon footprint calculation, and also working on offset carbon credit carbon project.
Okay, nice. So you are in the right place, either for getting to know what the platform is about, but also for exploring the content and publishing your own uh, on Capacity for Dev. Thank you, Michael. If no one else would like to present themselves, I'll go to the next session. Just to mention, I see that the shy ones here are in Namibia, the Parliament, Poland, Brussels, Italy, Armenia, Jamaica, and so on. Nice to have a very diverse public today. So for the rest of the team that works with Capacity for Dev, we have Ariela De Gennaro, which is our INTPA coordinator. We have Claudia and Dimitri, which are part of an editorial team. Claudia does our content coordination, and Dimi is our communication expert. Marie is our business project manager, and Maria, which is just in background today, is our user support manager. Today we'll cover what is the platform about, who can use it, what features are available for you, and how can you can benefit from being a user. At the end of it, we'll do a brief virtual tour, and if you have questions, you can ask on the chat, or by the end of the session, we will just open the moment and you can ask the question directly. So what is Capacity for Dev? Just gonna prove some from the lobby. So Capacity for Dev is the European Commission online knowledge sharing platform. It's designed to connect international cooperation professionals from all around the world, so not exclusively from the European Union. It was launched in 2009, but it was recently revamped in 2023. The idea was to make it more user friendly, so it became easier to navigate throughout its features, its content, and it has a leading position on knowledge sharing in the field of external relations. We act as a community, which is also to say that what is produced in Capacity for Dev is done by our users. We usually say by 80% of the content that is there is produced by you, and 20% by our editorial team. If you have seen, we have articles to share expert views from the field or from their experience, and streamline their knowledge on Capacity for Dev. While it's an international cooperation community, as I said, it helps us collaborate and engage with our peers. It let us learn from each other across different organizations. It supports sharing experience, lessons learned, and innovative approaches. And it brings together everything in one place, in one tool. Going also through many thematic areas from the international cooperation. So basically, who can use it? Just to mention, we have an average of 300 new members requests per month. Everyone from the international cooperation community is invited. So in institutions, the Relax family, governments, international organizations, NGOs, civil society, the academia, and the private sector. What is the added value? Why would you use Capacity for Dev in relation to all of the other tools you have right now available on internet? Well, it's where all Relax members can interact with equal access in public. Relax family being EU external action institutions, EU delegations, and EU member states delegations. It is hosted within an IT secured environment, um, which is also the environment from the EU institutions. As I mentioned, is a community created platform, so it's not a vertical production of knowledge. Um, just to mention something that is not in the list here, but today we have this rising concern about it, but we don't have publicity on the platform. So everything there is not destined for marketing. It's much more destined to really the knowledge sharing. We are active on X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook to uh, potentialize what is being published inside of Capacity for Dev. So if you have something that is relevant, you have a new document from your organization, you publish a new methodology, lessons learned, whatever it is, get in contact with us and we can public also on our social media for you. It is a multilingual website in the process. So it's right now it's only in English. You can, although, publish in French, Spanish, whatever language you like. Just the menu, all the access of the website will be in English. But we are trying to translate the platform for this year to have a French and Spanish translation. Um, and also for the other EU languages will be available by machine translation. So how do we do that? How do let's go back here. How do we collaborate? How do we engage? How do we learn from each other? How do we share expertise? Well, that will be with our features that are available on the platform. What I wanted to do to know now from you on this poll is which functionality is more valuable to you for the ones that have already used the platform. So you use more of the projects that are there, or you created a project of your own, you participate in groups, or you manage a group of yourself, or a resource, you're there for our articles, you're there for engaging with with content by commenting and posting. Let us know. I see for the moment there is an intention to connect with other professionals. And please don't be shy. In the meantime, we'll just present quickly, maybe you can answer after if you don't know the platform yet, what our main features are. So for collaboration, the special feature we have created is the groups. Throughout the internet, I've recently navigated and tried to check what groups would look like outside of Capacity for Dev. And I think if you are on Facebook, that's the closest thing you have. It's a place where you can collaborate, where you can invite people to make part of it. The people that are invited there, they can publish by themselves. They can engage with the content there. And the groups, they are more free on the topic. So it can be about a geographic area, it can be about a program, it can be about the thematic in question you like to work with. In groups, you can collaborate. You can interact with the content that is published there. That is a little different for projects, which are more sort of static websites. So the owners and administrators of the project, they will be publishing content in a more unilateral way. So you have, well, nowadays you have this, the European Union is asking for the projects not to create their own institutional website anymore, not mentioning for organizations, but for projects specifically, as it was done in the past. And here in Capacity for Dev, we offer this tool so you can do it for free. It will stay hosted there even after the project is over. Um, they are all free, as I mentioned. Everything is free on Capacity4dev, and as I mentioned, also it will stay there forever. Finally, we have resources, which are to share more relevant tools that can be on cross-cutting issues, non-thematic or multi-thematic, and so they gain a special page that is similar to projects and groups. It is also kind of unilateral. It's for you. It's for the space managers and owners to publish the information there, and you can navigate and interact with the content there. And finally, as I mentioned, we have articles. Um, Articles, as I mentioned, like the social media we have, articles are managed by our editorial team. So whenever you see an article published there, it goes through at least the revision of our editorial team. You have to get in contact with us if you'd like to publish an article about something you work with, you have worked with in the past, methodology you have just released, some lessons learned from the field. Anyways, these articles are a publication that will be featured on the platform, so they will have more visibility. You can also be connected to a new initiative that you are also launching on the platform. Let's say you launch a new project and you would like to give more visibility to it. You get in contact with our editorial team to create this article, and then you have a featured article on the first page of our platform. All right. So if you're still deciding, if you came to this webinar with the intention to open a new space, here's a little diagram we prepared for you. So if you'd like to have interactions with members, maybe the best space to create is a group. If you want to share knowledge publicly about your project, you don't care so much about interactions, you're more just publishing information unilaterally, then maybe project is the best space for you. Or if you just want to share a methodology, you don't want to create a whole group behind it about a thematic area. You just want to share this specific methodology. Well, maybe the best thing for you is the resource. Um, Groups, projects, and resources, they have different visibility um, according to the configurations the admins will attribute. So for example, a group can be public, restricted, or private. Public is open to everyone. Anyone in the platform can see it, even members, even users that are not registered in the platform. Restricted group, on the other hand, it's by default available to the European Commission staff and the staff from the delegations. Um, it is defined, the restriction of it is defined by the domains of the email. So the admin will allows just a certain people with a certain domain to interact with the content there and to even see the group. Private, on the other hand, it's only by invitation. So no one will see in the platform this group unless the person is invited either by email or by their ID profile on Capacity4dev. Projects are all public, and resources, likewise, they can be public or restricted. Um, all right. So I see from the poll uh, that most people here are either interested on, well, they found more valuable resources and connecting with other professionals on the platform. So I'll guide a little bit my virtual tour on that. I'll just turn the page here. All right, so let's share my page. So once you are logged in on Capacity4dev, you have selected the topics of interest, the countries of interest, And you have maybe navigated and found members and followed them. While you see here uh, a full page with information. This is my feed. This is the home page for people that are logged in and completed all their profile. So as I mentioned, there's always the featured article on the first page, no matter the topics of interest of the user. This is for everyone. And then the content that comes after it can be whatever kind of content from the platform. So here we have a Space Manager's webinar. We have new users joining the group that I am admin of, suggestions of new groups, suggestions of new projects, other events. We have documents. We have library items. Although from my interest, I'm only seeing events here. So for example, here in this group, do you know International Knowledge Network of on Women in Politics? You can engage with this news. For example, here, you watch the video that is here, and you can post a comment. This is published in a project, on a project page, but we'll go back to that soon. So once you are in home, you see that you have some statistics here of, according to your interests, what has been updated on Capacity4dev since last month, the people you follow, as I mentioned, and also your followers. For now, we also added some suggestions of who to follow according to the topics and countries of interest. Um, So when you log in, also well, if you're not logged in, you will have the same menu, but those are all the buttons you have on the top menu. We have recently changed this configuration. Before, post content was about here, and the help and support button was here. But now it's on this menu for user friendliness of the website. So whenever you have questions on how to use anything on the website, you just click on help. You see that we have a lot of content published here. For example, if I want to interact with content, how to do something simple like posting a comment. You just go here and you navigate through the steps that are here. They are very detailed. They were prepared about a year ago. Looking forward already for the users' interaction with the website. So you can navigate Capacity4dev in two ways. You can either go by the topics and countries. For example, you click on topics and you are interested on civil society, um civil society by a topic itself. Um, and here you have a page that works similarly as a feed, but it's a feed only for this topic, not for your topics of interest. So you see that there will be the last featured article on this topic, the events, discussions, library items that were published regarding this topic. And here you are able to see, to filter all the groups, projects, discussions, library items, resources, articles, people that are interested by the same topic, and events. Here for connecting with other professionals, this is a powerful tool to find people on your area. So for example, you like to work with civil society as a topic itself, you go here on people and you see everyone that is interested on the same topic as you. You can get in contact with them using our chat function. Um, and well, some people, they have chosen not to be contacted. And to do that, you can also allow or block this function by going to my profile and my settings. I will show you how later. So you either go by topics or countries. Let's say you want people that are, you want content or to find people that are working in a certain area. So for the countries page, you see this different page with a map first. And it's also interesting because we have some statistics about what is published on Capacity4dev already. So here for Egypt, for example, you have 89 library items. So when you go to the country, it works pretty much as the topics one. You have, oh, my computer might be slow. Let's go. Sorry, I might have a problem with connection. Let's go back to Egypt. Right. So for Egypt, before we were on civil society as a topic, now we are in a country. Um, you have the same tabs for navigating, finding groups, projects, discussions, resources that are about this country or that have tagged the country as an interest as well. So you have local economic development as a group that has tagged Egypt. If you go to projects, maybe it's the amount of tabs I have. I will close my camera. Sorry, apologies for my internet connection. I'll just close my camera so we can continue. All right. So you see that you can navigate through topics or countries, but you can also go directly on the type of content that you want to find. So you don't know specifically the country or the topic you would like to look for knowledge on the platform, but you know that, well, I wanted to maybe join a group or see the groups, what they are talking about. You go to browse content and then groups. You have recently created groups by default on a list here. The yellow ones you will not be seeing because they are in draft. They are only available for me, but you can filter this research by some keywords, by selecting the topics. You can select more than one topic. If you speak better the SDGs language, you can also select by them. Let's say we put quality education. Oops. You will sort by the thematic areas that are related to this SDG. All right. So let's go back here. If you are wondering how do I create a project? How do I open a group on Capacity4dev? You have to go to the Destin tab. So browse content. For groups, you go to groups. And here you see the little button to create a group. This will be submitted to me. I'll be evaluating the inquiries. What we ask is that projects are really projects, so we can associate with the right organization and track it down. But if you don't want necessarily to be navigating in a group or a specific project or resource to find content, we have all the public discussions, library items, and members here available for you. And then you can apply the keywords, the topics, and the SDGs, like for the other browse content tabs. So if you're looking for some more connection with members, answering already the poll, it is important to have your profile well established. So here you have, when you go to my account and my profile, You have an overview about yourself, which you can edit on my settings. Here. You can add your LinkedIn profile, your country of residence, and if you like to change the topics of interest, you can always do so by reselecting the topics here. But if you want to be contacted by other members, or if you don't want to, here's the little check you should do to allow members to contact me through my personal contact form. And always remember to save changes. When you do that, when you do send messages to other members, on the messages tab, you can recap all of them. So they are all here. You can see the people that you are following and also the people that are following you. Remembering that to get in contact with someone, you have to click on their profile or you go to browse members and you see a list of people here. Contact, for example. Right. Another way to connect with members is what you were doing here today, is to participate on events. We have several events every month happening on Capacity4dev. They are always published inside of a space, so inside of a project or inside of a group. And what is interesting here is that, for example, for this, let's say, speak out webinars for young people on Dear program, is that you can add to your calendar, either it's Google, iCall, Yahoo, Outlook, or Office 365. So it stays there and you have a full menu of possibility of events you can participate directly on Capacity4dev. You can filter it by upcoming, keywords, by the date, and all the other options we have in browse content. The other valuable tool you answer on the poll are the resources. The resources are divided on Capacity4dev as key EU official and others that can comprehend also EU. Let me go through a non-EU. Oh, I have a, okay. For example, a simple one, just for an example, is our visual identity style guide. It has its pages. It's not made for interaction. It's just made for if you want to drop some information, a methodological tool inside of Capacity4dev. So you have a library where you can create folders and you can update videos, documents, either in PDF or Word or text, all inside here and well organized. But if members would like to, they can also search on keywords. Just for a quick to show quickly how groups look like in comparison to resources. Let me pick a public group. So this group is about humanitarian demining and recovery. Groups always have this configuration of overview, info, discussions, library, members, and events. So you have a nice description and also the latest activities inside of the group. So here we had a press release, an article, and a publication like asking for members to introduce themselves. Some people use the info pages, but some not. It's not mandatory. Some go directly to the discussions. And just to show you here that you can have folders and organize the documents inside of the folders. So I will stop the virtual tour for now. We can continue with the questions if I need to go back. So, hi. Would anyone have any questions for now? I will also read the chat. Lisa, would you like to
Yes,
start?
thank you very much for presenting the platform because I haven't used it so far. I'm an advisor in a Ukraine project based in Poland, and I would be interested if the platform is also useful in order to think of or brainstorm about new projects and find synergies or like identify over regional programs which I or colleagues have not been aware yet and link it with EU responsibilities. So are there also EU responsibilities within the platform we can link to, or is it more for the external audience?
Sorry, what would you mean by responsibilities?
Like thinking of new projects or designing new projects and getting to know what's already on the ground. Let's imagine a certain country or a certain sector or whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking of new project designs or stuff like this, and also already getting involved EU colleagues in thinking of co-financing or whatsoever. Is this useful, like to have these kind of topics also in mind for the platform, or is you
Yes,
wouldn't
I
say
think
so? I'm asking this
I
question
just
from a point of implementing organization. Yeah.
sure. I just wanted to understand the responsibilities part, but sure. In Capacity for Dev, for example, if you would like to brainstorm about an idea, you can do so in current groups. So you look for a group on a specific topic. Let me share back. So let's say in this topic, you would like to share an idea, to debate an idea with the members of the group. Here, maybe you wouldn't find so much engagement. Um, but what you do is that first of all, you join or create your own group if you like as well. And then you post content. You start a discussion. I will select this random group. And you put here an idea, question, debate. This is more for information. This is just the basic for, well, you would like to start brainstorming. You pick up the right group where you can find by topics or by going directly on groups, and you start a discussion. From the other part of your question, we have the platform is community driven, so it depends on the people that are there to create the content. This also means that we do have EU staff, many EU staff involved in the platform, but as voluntary participants, contributors. So they are there as you would be as professionals. Trying to learn from the platform or to share their knowledge as well. Um, Regarding contributing with the design of projects, then you would have to address this to the EU itself. But I don't believe the EU staff can go further than knowledge sharing on this platform because everything is made by a bureaucratic process that you have to be in pair with. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions for now? Otherwise, I'll start reading the chat. Can you link? Okay, so the question from the chat, can you link an existing website? We created ours only in 2023. Um, you can always link whatever you like on Capacity for Dev. You just put the URL. What some organizations do is that they are transitioning from a website they have for their projects, um, and well, they don't have funding anymore. The project is over, but they would like the information to be still available on Capacity4dev. So they migrate, and they still have one and the other acting. And you have the overview page where you redirect to your website, and then when the website is down, they change everything for Capacity4dev. But yes, you are allowed to link to external websites. I'm not gonna mention the name for the privacy reasons, but if you would like to continue the question. So if the person that asks about linking would like to open their microphones and ask, I can answer more. Otherwise, do we have other questions? And there's no silly questions. As if you just wanted me to show how to do a basic thing, you're more than welcome to ask on the chat. Okay, thank you so much as well. So yes, EU-funded projects, as you can see, I'm still showing my screen. So we have many EU-funded projects. This is from a program that has many projects inside. As you see here, it started in 1976 and it goes until 2028. But on Capacity4dev was only created in 2017. There are some links outside, but they are migrating to concentrate absolutely everything here on the platform. For now, for example, this goes to a YouTube link outside. I can also show a bit more from the Urban Knowledge Hub. What is interesting here on projects is also that you can edit tabs. So it's really your website to do whatever you want. So you don't need the traditional tabs you have in groups. So you can choose what will be here. But the rest is a description like the other ones. But you can also add the map feature on it if you have, like, for example, a program and you have many projects you would like to highlight where is your geographic actuation. There you go, you have a map as well. Another question, do you merge different groups which address by accident the same topics? Yes, we do this exercise annually, usually. So we look through all the groups to see if they are still active or if there's like one person publishing, and then you have the other one that is active. We suggest the merging to them, but we do not merge ourselves. As I mentioned, the content on Capacity4dev is community managed. All right. If we don't have other questions, I'll just launch this final pool for feedback to know if we're going the right direction. At the beginning of this session, my colleague Maria, she published useful links. You can use them to get in contact with us, to navigate our help and support page. You have some YouTube tutorials, and you also have the best practices public group. The best practices group is the other side of the help and support page, is the practical side. So the help and support page will teach you how to use the features, and the best practices group is exemplifying how they can be used creatively to engage members in the platform, to create beautiful pages, to use all the text editor features you have available. All right. So we are done for today. I hope to see your activity soon on Capacity4dev. I give you a challenge, which is to look for a group and comment, join the group and comment on a discussion. And well, if you have any questions, you know how to reach out to us. Bye bye. Thank you so much.